Yo, what up everybody? My name's Austin, or OG Dark Paint. I'm a streamer, I'm a landscaper, and I'm a human. Today we're going to be showing you how to plant a tree with a rose bush. Please pass this message along. I don't want your follow, I don't want your like, I just want a retweet from you to share this with as many people as we can. Plants are our planet's natural AC, and it's heating up. The planet has gone through natural heating and cooling cycles in the past, but if we cannot keep the climate stable as is now, we will suffer greatly.
What you're going to need for this project: either apple cider vinegar or aloe, natural aloe. Yes, this plant grows amazingly. Just give it water. All right, we're going to need a cup of water. Yes, 1 cup of water, some ground cinnamon or cinnamon sticks, and some hand cutters, and or a saw. Yeah. If you're planting a bigger plant, you're going to need a saw. If you're doing roses like we're going to be doing tonight, this is what we're going to need. Okay. Yo, what up guys? Let me put this down just a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better. It's pretty dark out here. I planned on doing this during the day, but we got our hand cutters here, or a saw if you're cutting a bigger branch. There's the rose bush. We're gonna go over there and cut a rose bush, and then we're gonna show you how to replant it. Now when you cut, you want to at least cut like, a stem. We're gonna show you that, and I'll show you how we're gonna do that. So take your hand cutters, and you're gonna cut off a branch, okay? You're cutting at an angle, all right? Here, we got our clone. So we're gonna try to clone this. Now again, this isn't 100% success rate, but we're gonna try.
All right, everybody, we're back here in the garage. We have our clone right here. It's not a very big clone. It's not the very best clone, but this is going to show you an example. So you see how it has 1, 2, 3, 4 stems coming off of it? We at least want that. This is going to help it create chloroform and sugar that it needs to grow. Okay, so let's get to the next step.
Okay, guys, here's our clone. Make sure you do this facing up. The leaves are always facing upwards. We don't want to be planting plants downwards. They don't grow upside down. Okay, so here's our clone, our rose clone. This is not guaranteed to live, but we can get dirt outside. Don't worry about dirt. You don't need dirt. Dirt's everywhere. All right, so what we're going to do here is we got our clone, right? And we see the top right there where the flower would have been, yeah? So what we're gonna do, if you have flowers on your cutting, you're gonna want, or anywhere you cut it besides the bottom, like the top here, you see how that's cut. We didn't cut that, but we're gonna wanna put ground cinnamon on it. And that works as like a neosporin or an antiseptic for the plant, creating an antibacterial protection layer. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'll show you how to cut this real quick. I don't know if you can see this or not, but we're gonna go ahead and cut it at an angle. And we're gonna take this bottom stem off. So we are only gonna have 3 stems, and we're gonna scrape the stem. We wanna scrape the stem. I have the camera in my mouth, I apologize. So we're gonna scrape the stem up. And this is going to create a root-like structure, yeah? It's going to allow the plant to absorb nutrients through its skin here because we're scraping it off. Now, people aren't built like this, but plants are. The cell membrane allows us to do this very easily. So we're going to go ahead and keep scraping until all of the skin is off in a circular pattern. Yeah, there we go, there we go. I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm trying to show you here. All right. So now we have our stem, we're gonna want to split this just a little bit once, and then put a little cross in it, just like that. Okay. So now you can see the stem is split on the bottom here, and we scrape the skin off. Okay. So this is the goal. We're gonna go ahead and put a little bit of our apple cider vinegar in the water, or we can do the aloe. With apple cider vinegar, we're just gonna go ahead and let's open this up. Shake it up, because vinegar settles, and it's very potent. You can also drink this. It's very good for you. 1 shot a day will keep the motherfucking doctor away. So this is some potent stuff. If you're not familiar with it, it's really strong when you smell it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, screw that top off there, and just take a little bit, like a tablespoon, you know, just a little bit, just like that. All right, now that's in there. Now, what this is going to do, maybe just a hair more, yeah? Just a splash more. We don't want to do too much. So what this is going to do, this is going to act as a natural root stimulant. So this natural root stimulant is going to help our plant produce, our clone produce new clones. So we want to stir that up real quick. Okay? Now, if you're doing cinnamon sticks, you guys, and not the ground cinnamon, to clean a cut on your plant, go ahead and just leave the cinnamon in a cup of water for an hour, and then clean the cut with that appropriately. Just dip the water in there and leave it in there for a minute. You should be good. If not, we'll show you how to do the ground cinnamon technique in a second. All right, so we got our stuff there. We're gonna go ahead and dip our plant in there where we did our cutting. All right. And just to try it out, you can do this, or you can just do the aloe. And the same technique with the aloe, you're not going to put it in the water. You're just going to pretty much take some of the gushy stuff out and slime it all over the bottom of this. So let's go ahead and do that now. Now, I recommend you only doing one of these techniques because I am not exactly sure what the results are if we do both. Okay, so let's go over here and put our little trimming down. Ooh, got the aloe on my hands, you know? It's a sticky. All right. So we've cut the bottom and scraped it. Now we're gonna go ahead, yeah? I'm going to go ahead and put some of the cinnamon out right here. Right? And we're going to cut the top of this. So we went ahead and cut the top of this, guys. And now we're going to dunk it in some water here. And then so we cut the top, yeah? You guys see that? I don't know where I'm putting it. Where's the camera? Right there. The camera's right there. We're upside down right now on the camera so I can see. But, there we go. So that's the top. And we're going to go over here and we're going to roll that top cut. And if you have a flower, flowers take more nutrients from the plant. So you don't want any flowers on your clone. Alright, so there you can see. A nice little layer of cinnamon right on the top there. So I grabbed a pot with some soil in it. But if you don't have a pot or you don't have soil, just dig a hole in your yard where there's some shade, or you can put some shade over it, but not necessary. And you can do this to as many as you want. Again, this is not 100% success rate, and there's so many different techniques to doing this. I'm just trying to get people to plant more plants so the planet doesn't fucking melt. Okay, so here's our soil, right? Here's our sapling. we want to get this soil super wet. So I'm going to go and grab some water. Hey guys, I just decided to go to the sink and get some water into this very, very dry soil. So we have to make sure it's completely, you see how the water's kind of just staying on top there? That means the soil's super dry and we kind of need to massage it in. If you don't like getting your hands dirty, this is definitely not for you. You can also wear gloves. If you're outside, you can just run a hose on it. Alright, so you got a nice slurry there. You want it really wet though. Alright, really wet. Alright, boom. Shake it up a little bit. Alright. Bam. Make sure your pot has a hole in the bottom of it. Alright, if you don't have if you're doing a pot, it's gonna get something called root rot because the water can escape if you water it too much. If you're good with watering, good. But for a sapling, you wanna have a hole in the bottom. Alright.